Coming up in this week's episode, we'll have a look over the results from the weekend. Still a few places up for grabs and then quarter positions in different competitions, so there's still all to play for. I got the 3 games over the weekend, captured 17 goals in total. I've all that to share with you, plus a couple of videos are sent in to us as well. We'll also add them in. We'll have a look at the upcoming fixture list, see who's playing who. Could be a big week for a few clubs. If you have a look at the league tables, you'll see what way it's going. I also have a new feature for you at the end of the podcast, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Before we get to all that, I missed out in the women's division last week, an oversight on my behalf. But this week, we'll run through it all, and let's get to that now. In the first round of the Cup in the women's division, Park Celtic started well with a 6-0 win over Slane Wanderers. Parkville had a big 9-0 win over Drogheda Town, while Key Celtic and Screen Tara had to go all the way to penalties. Key Celtic coming out 4-3 winners in that one. In the league games, if you had your coupon done, they were all away wins. Parkville 2-0 over Toro. Trim Celtic with a big 7-3 win over Park Celtic, while Kingscote Harps completed their away wins with a 3-1 win over Screen Tara. The away wins kept coming as well on Friday night, with Glenmuir winning away to RD Celtic 2-1. Square had a good 2-0 win over Drogheda Town, and Baileyborough won 3-1 over Kingscote Harps. Albion Seconds won at home against Bohemian 1-0, and the other home win of the night seen Parkville beat Kells 3-0. I was at that one to catch all the highlights. Let's check that out. Both teams went into this one looking for the win. It was important to get the 3 points in this, and Parkville probably started the better team. They kept possession well the first few minutes in the game. They'd have the first chance as well to score. This header gone close from the free kick wide, before Kells had their chance to open the scoring. Keeper making a great save here before the rebound hit off the Kells player before it was cleared. The goal will come shortly after. Lee Fatty taking a free kick out wide, and it seemed to go by everyone and into the far corner, so I think someone was claiming a touch in the box. The second goal came shortly after that. Sean Kane with a shot took a slight deflection, wrong foot of the keeper, and it was 2-0 to Parkville. Kells got a chance then to further the lead when they were awarded a penalty for this foul in the box. Jamie Blake stood up. He doesn't usually miss from there, does he? 3-0 Parkville. The second half started, and Parkville went looking for the fourth. He somehow missed this. I don't know how he hit the cross apart from underneath it. Kells will reduce the chances from long range and set plays. Parkville then made a host of changes, and one of those changes was the young substitute and full-back. He had a great run, beating 4 or 5 players before seeing his shot just hit the inside of the post before it was cleared. Really deserved a goal after that run. They went close again, another ball into the box, and it was hit from 6 yards straight at the keeper. It was the rebound that made everyone laugh on the sideline, and the ball fell back to him and he wasn't looking for it. This free kick really summed up Kells on the night. Didn't really have any clear chances, and the game would finish Parkville 3, Kells Celtic 0. On Saturday, Albion Torrance drew 0-0 with OMP Seconds, while RD Celtic drew 2-2 with Glenmuir Seconds. At Boy Celtic, 7-1 winners over Virginia Seconds, while Slane won away 5-3 to 4 drew. Kells Celtic had a massive 10-1 win over Castlevilla, while Square Seconds beat Robinstown Seconds 3-0. The other game on Saturday seen Call Celtic Seconds beat Johnstown Seconds, and I was there to record the footage of that one. Call Celtic Seconds entertained Johnstown Seconds on Saturday, and it'll be Johnstown who take the lead, when Julian Moldovan beat 2 players at the edge of the box before Clammy slotting past Keith Fox to make it 1-0 to Johnstown. It was a great finish. Cod went close to equaliser when Gates and Brannigan linked up. Brannigan just putting the ball over the bar. Those two would link up though again, this time with a different result. Gates with great play out in the wing, finding Brannigan unmarked in the box, and he made it 1-1. The lead didn't last long though, with that man up front, Moldovan, grabbing his second and Johnstown's second in the game. Again, he beat the last defender and coolly slotted in the bottom corner to make it Johnstown 2, Cord 1.
Go on, son!
Cord responded straight away.
Go on, son!
Gates going close here before he eventually did get on the score sheet to level the game. Great move here by Cord Celtic. He wrong foot to keep a hit at this shot. Cord then took the lead for the first time in the match, with Luca Masella rose highest to head home from the corner kick. Gates then went on to get his second of the match, to put Cord 4-2 up, getting in the end of a great ball by Ross Reid. It was all Cord Celtic now, and they went looking to finish the game. This move here leading to a good save by the Johnstown goalkeeper. A mistake in the Cord back line led Johnstown back in it, and that man again, Moldovan up front, claimed his hat-trick. 4-3, could Johnstown go back into it? There's your answer. Cord went up the pitch and got there fifth. Great ball in the box. And Conor Shevlin, great header into the back. Finished Cord Celtic 5, Johnstown 3, and 3 points go to Cord Celtic. On Sunday, Mehevan and Moore guaranteed themselves top spot with a 6-0 away win to Toro, while Newtown continued their good run with a 3-2 win against Rock Celtic. Cord Celtic big 10-2 winners against Trim Celtic seconds, while OMP had a 3-1 win over the league. Elsewhere, Donacarney, probably the biggest shock of the day, with a 2-0 win over Boyne Harps. Abbey Celtic inflicted Parkville a second's first defeat of the season, Abbey Celtic winning 4-1 there, while Rossin had a great 4-2 win at home to Kilmessan. Couple of big shocks in them scorelines on Sunday. Well done to Newtown, that's 2 wins in the trot, bet the top 2 to beat Carrick last week and to beat Rock Celtic as well. That's 2 great wins in the trot, well done. Well, Donacarney, that's a big shock against Boyne Harps. Boyne Harps have been going great, and that's inflicted their first defeat on them this season. Now the other big game in the day was Albion Rovers versus Balogan. Both teams were needing a win to finish in that second place position after Mehevan and Moore, the big 6-0 win away to Toro. They guaranteed first, so both teams were fighting for second place there. I was at that game and captured all the footage, so let's have a look at it now. Albion started this game well and went close to open the scoring. And Keith Dice hit the post with this great shot. And just hit the post. Moments later they had another great chance to open the scoring. They just couldn't find that finishing touch in the box. They seemed to wake Balogan up, and they went on to take the lead. And Dan McDonald finished from about 10 yards out to make it 1-0. They went close to making it 2-0 just a couple of minutes later, and they would have only for this great save by Keith Carlin. Fingertip save touched it around the post. Albion scored early in the second half to level the game when Manny Smith lifted the ball over the on-rushing keeper. This would prove to be as good as it got for Albion, as Balogan went on a scoring spree after that, when forced Tygo O'Connor scored from a tap-in at the park post. They went close shortly after. Carlin saved. Before Kieran Sheelan scored this screamer. Bang, you don't stop them. Tygo O'Connor got his second of the game, finishing from a loose ball in the box. And then Belogan were awarded a penalty. There didn't seem to be much in it. The referee pointed to the spot. Up stepped Conor Maguire for Belogan, only to see his spot kick well saved by the Albion keeper. Belogan would go on to get a fifth goal. Again, a great finish after great work by Carolyn. This free kick summed up Albion's day. The game had finished 5-1 to Belogan and put them in the driving seat for the second place finish in the group. Some great finishing there by Belogan. And as I just said, it puts them in the driving seat for a second place finish in that one, as Albion take on N.E.F.L next week. So a big performance needed by Albion to get out of that group. Now, just before we look at this week's fixtures, I just want to remind everyone about sending in the footage. I know I harp on about it every week, but I got a few sent in and we're going to have a look at them now. But remember, I'm not sure, you can go to games now. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, who knows, with all these rules coming out. But if you're going to a game and you capture some footage, send it in to me and I'll put it up in next week's podcast. Here's a couple that was sent in to us this week, so let's check them out now. This one here was sent in by Thomas Doherty. This is Brandon Sullivan's free kick against Trim Celtic seconds. Great finish there.
I think it's a goal, lads.
The second clip was sent in to us by Ronan Shields. It's of Conor Kirk's free kick. Thunderbolt of a free kick for Glen Muir against RD seconds.
I think it's a goal, lads. I think it's good. When Conor Kirk's on.
And remember, you can see all the league tables on our website, N.E.F.L.ie. All the league tables are up there and all up to date. You can also see the results, fixtures, and any new news we have coming up. And also check out our YouTube channel, N.E.F.L TV. All the videos are up there for you to see. And if you subscribe, you get a notification telling you when we upload the next video. Thanks to the two boys for sending in them clips. Remember, there's no excuses this week. You are allowed to go to games, I think. But anyway, if you get to them, send in the clips and we'll feature them next week. I hope to have plenty more next week to show you. Now, we're running a bit over time, so we'll just briefly go through some of the fixtures from over the weekend. On Friday, a couple of big games. Glenmuir host Bay, Dundalk Derby. That should be a tasty one. Well, elsewhere, Albion travelled to N.E.F.L looking to bounce back after that big defeat against Belogan. Albion need a win now. On Saturday, Reserve Cup action. Trim Celtic seconds, host Johnstown seconds. Well, the big one there will also be Toro seconds against Square seconds. I'll try and get to that one at the camera if I can. On Sunday, we're still talking cup action here at the 40-year cup. Can Donecarney repeat their success from Sunday when they take on Trim Celtic at home on Sunday in the cup? Elsewhere, the league host Rock Celtic, and the league could be looking to have a run in the cup and that as well. Kentstown take on Parkville, while in the draw of the derby, Lord Celtic host Abbey Celtic. In the women's division, Screen Tara take on Park Celtic, but probably the big game there in the women's division will be Parkville v Trim. Now, I did say I have something special for you, a new feature, and I'm going to try and get it in every week if I can, providing I get the footage. But it's the nutmeg files. So it's a few, and the 3 games I caught a few nutmegs, so put them together for you. Let's have a look and see what you think. A little cheeky way to finish off the podcast. Look, that's all I have for you this week. I'll be back next week, hopefully with a lot more footage for you. Maybe another nutmeg file. So until next week, I'll see you on the sidelines.